In this video, we're going to go through the process of converting your point cloud files to COPC LAZ files, which is required for the Quantiscan app. So COPC LAZ files are basically regular LAZ files, but they do have some interesting qualities because you can do what's basically called HTTP range requests to a COPC LAZ file, which basically means that you're requesting just a portion of that file at a time. You're making these requests, like lots of them in quick succession, but like this video or this file I just loaded, it's probably 120 million points. It loads almost instantly, and when I zoom into an area, you'll notice that it loads the level of detail that you need at that given camera position. So as I continue to pan here, you can see data is loading in and streaming in. And then if I zoom out, it's going to equally flush those points. So the kind of high level reason of why this is beneficial is you don't need to store all these points in memory like some legacy softwares. You can load virtually unlimited file sizes, and you can do all that on a consumer grade laptop. So there's a lot of advantages to it, and it even on a desktop, that makes sense in a browser, on a web app, but even locally it makes a ton of sense because there's no loading times and there's no memory limitations you run into. But that does mean we need to convert to COPC. So if I try to load a file that's not COPC, let's say this one, it's going to yell at you and say, hey, convert to COPC. So you could click that, or you could come up to the point cloud tab and hit convert and reproject. I'm going to select that same file, and it's going to parse the LAZ or LAS. It's going to find the appropriate CRS if it's in your file. As we all know, that could be wrong, so you can overwrite it. You can do plain text to overwrite it, to try to find the proper CRS. You can reproject. So let's just say you have UTM and you want state plane. You could reproject to a state plane or a different, projection here. And you can input the vertical datum. If you knew it was orthometric height or something, you could input, something like this to give you the NAVD 88, the orthometric heights, if you want to kind of overwrite that. Once I have it here and all set up, I can hit convert one file. This is a relatively small file. It's only about 50 megabytes, so it'll go pretty quick. I just wanted something easy for a demo here. As that's going, there are some limitations. Let me open this up again. There are some limitations in the browser for very large files. Like if you have a couple 100 million or 500 million or a billion files, you could run into limitations or kind of quality issues rendering and converting in the browser. So we have a complementary desktop app for doing larger files. So if I came and grabbed that same LAZ in our desktop app, you'll see it has a high quality mode button here. And the high quality mode button just allows the app to use more memory than what you can get in the browser. So you get a little better quality. And when I say quality, your points don't change. It's the tiling and it's the viewing quality that the COPC file is produced with. So I could do the same thing here. And you can see in the browser, this took 40 seconds. And if I do it here in the desktop, it'll probably be 10. So it's extremely quick on the desktop side in a high quality mode. We'll see how long this takes. Yeah. Maybe 10, 15 seconds, something like that. But similarly, it produces the exact same file, exact same size. It just has a slightly different octree setup to it, tiling setup to it. So that's a process for converting to COPC. If you have any questions, let us know. It can be a little confusing sometimes with getting, projections and coordinate systems right. So that's understandable. Reach out if you have any problems or issues, and we'll continue to try to put some more videos out there in the future to help articulate this stuff a little better. All right, we'll see you.